Barbara, another thing that I need to do is I have some engineers on the staff that they need to show how their calculations are being calculated. And we have to put in some pretty complicated formulas and theorems in there that I am really having a difficult time showing.
Okay.
So is there any way, and I'd like to do this in a new page, not necessarily in this particular spreadsheet, that I could show that like it's supposed to be?
Yes, there is. And probably one of your challenges has been even just finding these symbols.
Right,
Because
exactly.
I don't see them on that keyboard, do you? No.
Not at all.
So let's do this. You said you want to do it in a new workbook. So
do.
why don't we open up a new workbook, and where are you going to go to do that?
Quick access toolbar.
Great. And we're going to do that. And of course, we could have gone to the backstage view to open a new workbook. But if we had done that, what else would we have seen?
Templates, right?
Exactly. That's where those templates are. Okay, so we're here, and where we find equations is in the insert.
Okay, so there's actually an equations area.
Right, so we go to the insert tab, and next to the last button, way down there on the right, pi symbol. We all remember pi, right?
Yes.
So if you click on the drop down below there, you'll see various kinds of formulas: binomial theorem, the Pythagorean theorem, quadratic formula. Let's take the quadratic formula.
Okay.
So just click on that. And notice it just pops into the center of our spreadsheet. Let's grab that object. It came in as an object, by the way. And that's how the equations appear in your spreadsheet. They're not in a cell, they're in an object. So let's just grab it. I see you've got your mouse on the border of the object, which gives you the pointing arrow and a four-way arrow. And that's the move. So just click and drag.
Well, gosh, when I moved it, it looks like we lost our formula.
It does, doesn't it? Let's just go on and click back into that text box.
Okay. Oh.
And there it is. It's
Okay.
still there.
Good.
But the box doesn't really seem to fit it, does it?
No, it doesn't. It looks
Why
like it's
don't
outside.
we resize it? You know, you put your mouse on the little circles, we call those handles, and you can get the two-way arrow, that's the resizing arrow. And just, why don't you make it a little bit bigger? Yeah, usually a corner is the best way because you can make it wider and deeper as you need. And now it looks a little more like we're accustomed to, isn't it?
That's great.
Now, one of the things that will happen when you're dealing with an equation is you can get a special tab, a contextual tab for equations. Let's click inside the formula. And notice now we have a design tab.
Okay.
So we have equation tools and a design tab. And remember, we talked about all those symbols that you just really don't have. There's several
they
of them
are.
right here. I mean, there's your infinity over there to the
Gosh, and
left.
they even
and
have more
yeah,
here.
there's more. So
That's
you have
great.
several basic math symbols here.
Okay.
You could probably hit escape to get rid of that. And then over to the left of the symbols, we have some options for viewing the formula or the equation. Now, one of the things I notice is you have only part of the equation highlighted. Let's go on and make sure the whole thing's highlighted. There you go. And when you highlight sometimes within a text box or in a cell, you will occasionally get these pop-ups that we have. We haven't seen those while I've been teaching you, but one of those is a mini toolbar, and it just pops up when something's highlighted. And notice it's basically some of the tools that we have on the Home tab. And you have the shortcut menu, which we could also get just by right-clicking on a cell.
Okay.
And if you don't want to use either of those, you can just hit your escape key and they'll go away. All right?
All right.
And those are actually options that you can turn on or off over in Backstage View.
Okay,
it's in
great.
the options area. All right, so let's click back on our design tab, and you have professional and you have linear. Linear puts it in a easy to edit format. Professional, if you point to that, it tells you that it puts it in more of a professional display. So let's do the linear first. Click on linear.
Oh, okay.
So it looks a little bit different. We don't have the above and below parts of the equation here, but it's obviously a lot easier to get in there and edit right now.
Right. Okay.
In fact, why don't we add the 1/2 into this formula right in front of the parenthesis?
Okay.
So if you look to the right of the symbols on the Design Equation Tools tab, you'll see all sorts of mathematical operators that are available to us. And they have drop downs and they have various features there for you.
Okay.
Let's just do the fraction. So we'll click on the fraction drop down, and you see various layouts of a fraction. Let's just choose that first one,
Stacked fraction.
a stacked fraction. And notice since we had our cursor in front of the parentheses, that's exactly where it showed up. The easiest way I've found to highlight is just use your arrow keys to move over to those squares. And let's put, a 2 in our denominator and go up and put a 1 in our numerator.
Oh, that's easy.
Very simple to do.
It is.
Okay, so we have added a fraction. We've seen the linear format. Let's go on and choose the professional format.
Oh, okay.
And it goes back and puts that stacked fraction look to the formula. So this is more of a professional display. So probably while they're working in the formula, they'll use the linear, and then to complete the look and finalize the spreadsheet, they'll use professional. The normal text right below there, if you click on it, it's a toggle on and off, and basically it tells Excel to see it as text
Okay.
if it's on.
Okay. So that might be helpful if I want to format it different or do something along those lines with it.
Possibly so.
Okay. Great.
All right. So that's how you deal with equations.
Great. I can't wait to put those into my Excel spreadsheets. People will really think I'll know what I'm doing.
Yeah.